Hey, what's up, y'all? Thanks for watching. So, I just want to tell y'all a quick little story about a conversation I was having with one of my buyers who in the process of buying their first home. So, when I reached out to him, I wanted to say about last year sometime, I was, he's newly married. He had one child at the time, and I believe him and his wife was expecting their son that's here now. He's around 8 months now. So back then, I was just telling them like, hopefully soon, you'll be able to, start your process of purchasing a home. And he said, yeah, I would love to do that. That's definitely in the plans, but he just didn't feel like, he was ready. So I advised him to, let's just see where you are, right? He was telling me like, I don't know, man, that's a big purchase. I don't think I'll be able to afford that. I don't think, I'll be able to maintain it. I don't think my credit is good enough. This is all the things he was saying. He don't think this, he don't think that, he don't think this. And, that's fair. I told him, I felt the same exact way, before I purchased my home. So it's normal to feel that way, especially when you come from a demographic where home ownership is just not something that we're used to. So, I told him, okay, I understand how you feel. I felt like that before, but still, let's just see, where you are, whatever. Let's put a application in, a pre-approved application in. I'll get you on the phone with my lender. He'll check out your finances, your credit scores, and everything, and he'll just see where you are, see how far you actually are away from home ownership. He agreed to it. Come to find out, my lender didn't even have to run his credit. He just asked him a few questions, and those questions, gave him the necessary information where he was able to tell him, okay, look, get your credit scores up, start saving a down payment. And now that was a year ago. We look up, fast forward, he called me back, and we was on the phone talking about something totally different. We wasn't even talking about real estate or anything. This is just a friend of mine. We just catching up. I asked him how old his son was. Man, he telling me how everything was going. Everything's going good. Him and his wife, him and his family. Now they have two kids. They've been married about a year now. So I said, you know what, man, let's see. Let's just see where you are. He told me his credit scores got up. He had money to save for a down payment. I said, let's just see where you are now. He say, okay, cool. So we got in touch with the lender. I let the lender know, hey, he got his scores up. They have a down payment saved. He just want to see where they are. Fast forward, they get approved for 350,000. Now he's like, whoa, you telling me I can go out here and find a home now? And we're like, yeah, you can. We can literally start looking. So that's what we did, you know. And ever since then, we found the home. We put an offer in, and next week we supposed to close. So, I say all that to say, I understand everyone's concerns. It's okay to have these emotional concerns and doubts and everything, but starting the process can be easy as just seeing what you may get approved for. We're not saying you are going to get approved for anything. We're not saying you're not going to get approved for anything. But at least knowing where you are can allow you to, create a game plan and actually work towards something. But just having that fear of you telling yourself, oh, I'm not ready. Oh, I don't, what about this? Oh, what about that? I don't think that's a good enough reason to stray away from something that could be extremely beneficial for you and your family. So I wanted to make a quick video, and I've listed 4 concerns and 4 solutions I feel like can help those concerns. So follow me here. We're gonna go to my drop down. So here we have. Now let me change the screen. Here we have emotional concerns for first-time home buyers. Number 1, no money for a down payment. Number 2, can't afford the monthly payment when we're already paying rent somewhere. We already paying rent somewhere. So number three, being responsible for the maintenance of a home. Now, for most people who live in apartments, we understand they have HVAC service. People who work for the company, they already come around whenever you have an issue. They come and repair whatever issues. Let's just take a note of how often you have to call someone. Number four, good enough credit score. Fine, those are great concerns to have, and but I'm gonna show you some solutions that I feel to these folk major concerns that I hear a lot from people who I try to, educate on home ownership. Number one, down payment assistance. There's plenty of down payment assistance programs all over the country. I'm a real estate agent in the state of Maryland. There's plenty of programs for the state of Maryland, and there also are different type of loans that can help you with down payment. DTI evaluation prior to purchasing. So that second emotional concern was can't afford a monthly payment. The DTI evaluation that the lender runs is going to show you what you can afford. So a lender's job, of course, is to orchestrate the financing, right? But a lender is not going to approve you something they're not going to approve you for something you cannot afford. Let's keep that in mind. Number three, pre-purchase inspection of HVAC and appliances. So before you purchase a home, we're going to get an inspection on the whole entire home. You're going to know everything that's going on with the home. How old the roof is, the HVAC systems, the appliances, termites, you name it, they're going to check it out. The inspection lasts a couple hours. You're going to know everything that goes on with the home. And if you only want to purchase a home that has new HVAC systems, then that's what we would do. And one thing that would do for you with your concerns about being responsible for the maintenance of a home, if we know we're moving in and this is brand new HVAC systems, AC unit, water heater, refrigerator, dishwasher, stove, if we know all of this stuff is brand new, then let's just do some math on, we can kind of gauge when you may have an issue with this. These things don't just break down, and they have a warranty built in. So if something just miraculously happened where they break down in the warranty period, then we know it's getting taken care of without you having to pay for anything. But in the event something happened, we know if it's brand new equipment, we know it's going to be a while before we have to actually repair anything ourselves. The fourth thing, good enough credit score. So when I tell everyone, hey, let's just see where you are. Let's see how far you are away from actually being a homeowner. That is all a pre-approval application shows you. And I believe it may be a soft credit pull. So even if it's a hard credit pull, this is something that I think is going to be beneficial for you and your family in the long term. So when you're talking about a hard credit inquiry to see if you can become a homeowner, I think it's worth it. But at that moment, at least we will have a plan. So let's just say you do a pre-approval application and you don't get approved for a mortgage right now today. At least you know exactly what you need to do to be able to get approved later on. But when you just want to be, suffer from analysis paralysis and just assume that you're just so far away, assume that you just can't afford it, assume you won't be able to pay the monthly payment when you're paying rent somewhere. Not to talk about if you have a full family and you in a 2 or 3 bedroom apartment here in the DMV area, unless you're living in the hood, we know your rent is definitely at least $2,000. Lived there for 5 years, you done paid $100,000 in rent. I know it don't feel like you done paid that, but the time moves on so fast. When you spend that amount of money for rent, You look up, it's 5 years, 10 years and went by. You've been paid a lot of money to this rental complex. So my job is to just help you make a good financial decision. Yes, smart financial decision. Yes, but it's also to influence you to get on this equity side. Now we have a lot of people that say a lot of negative things about owning homes, but I guarantee every one of those people own a home. So, I say, let's get on the other side of this, man. Let's start creating some generational wealth. Let's start buying some homes for these kids. Let's just start putting money where it needs to be. Why, you'll run your credit for a credit card and get a hard inquiry. Let's run the credit to see how far you're away from becoming a homeowner. So, that's just, in my opinion, man. I wanted to make this video because a lot of people, they come on. I mean, a lot of people I talk to, who've been renting for a while, they own, but they don't own homes. I'm trying to get them to look on the other side, and get them some insight. Some people just need some information, and a lot of the reason why a lot of people don't own homes is because we just lack information. We lack the knowledge. So now that I'm a little more educated in this lane where a lot of people aren't, I'm able to share my knowledge and maybe help some people. Like I said, my buyer now, we closing next week. He had all these concerns. Him and his family right now are so excited. They're so excited. Luckily, they only had three apartments so far. They only been renting for 3 years, so they haven't spent a lot of their money, to a rental complex. But now they found a nice home. So thanks for watching this video, man. I just wanted to make this video. I appreciate it for watching, man. Give me a like, thumbs up, and I'll drop my website below if you want to go, want to get on the phone call with me, you want to go tour some homes, anything real estate related, reach out to me. I would love to help you. Thank you for watching.